Greetings and hello. I am Paul Wood, the Director of Technical Support for Sermon.net. On today's Paul on Call, let's talk about the ideal setup for broadcasting. Having a solid camera placement will allow your broadcast to shine. In this setup, we'll be using a total of 3 cameras. 2 of the cameras will be robotic or PTZ, and 1 camera would be manned. The 4th input would be coming from your PowerPoint or slide deck for your presentation. For the outputs, we will set up auxiliary 1 as an output that goes to the projection or TV. What an auxiliary output is, this means that you can put any source from your switcher to a separate output. So that means that you can take your camera for image on screen or iMag or your slide deck for your presentation and put that up on a projector or a TV, but it's independent from your broadcast or your program feed, which we're about to set up. So the next output would be the program output. So this would go out to your broadcast, your stream, your record, and this would allow you to record locally, stream it out, and that way you're set up and ready to go. Camera 1 is going to be a robotic PTZ camera placed up on the front part of the stage, looking towards the audience or getting a picture of the band. This is something that just it's great for crowd reactions. Camera 2 is also going to be a robotic PTZ camera. This should be placed in the back of the church to have a wide shot. And the idea behind having a wide shot is so that way you always have something to go to in case there's something happens. You always want something to go to. It's just a great practice. Camera 3 needs to be in the sanctuary, kind of the same area where the wide camera would be on the robo, but something that you can go back and forth and allow to follow the preacher or whoever's talking. But then if you need to cut away, you still have that wide shot. So that's the idea behind that. Just getting different shots just by zooming in, zooming out. Just make it interesting for the end user. And here are the best practices for cables. For longer runs, use SDI, which is coax. It's a RG6 quad shield coax. The advantage of this, it can be ran up to 300 feet for most cameras, and it's easily repaired if it does get damaged. Also run XLR to all man cameras, and this is for intercoms. This is a great way for you to be able to communicate with your camera operator what you want him to do. Go left, go right, go up, go down, zoom in, zoom out. And having that connection already there makes it so much easier. And also run Ethernet to all camera locations. And this what this will allow you to do is to also have control for the robotic cameras. It gives you an extra Ethernet port if you need somebody to help you with something. It's all right there. Just make it super simple. You're going to need power at all the locations as well. Some cameras you can use what's called power over Ethernet. So this is more for like the robotic cameras, but this would allow you to basically run 2 wires, an Ethernet and the SDI. But it's just a good practice to go ahead and run power to wherever you need it. Go ahead and have it permanently installed, so that way it's ready to go, and that way you're in good shape if for down the road for future expansion. If the budget allows, you want to go ahead and run multiple lines. So several SDI, several Ethernet, and XLR for every location. And what's nice about this, so say down the road that you want to use and you want to have another camera that's right there. Well, guess what? Now all you have to do is plug it in. You get the camera, you plug it in, you're good to go. You always want to keep your cables neat and organized and labeled. Using Velcro is the best way to keep them organized, and do not use zip ties. And the reason for that is if you accidentally cut a zip tie and then you cut into the cable, guess what? You have to replace the cable. It may not be as easy to replace like an HDMI cable. So this is where you have to be very careful. But it's also the reason to keep everything organized. So say that you're having a problem, but it's on cable 14. You can trace that cable. It goes from point A to point B. You know where it goes, and then it speeds up your troubleshooting. So keep things organized. give us a call today, 800-807-1014 or support@sermon.net. Thank you. Have a great day. And again, this has been Paul Wood with sermon.net.